Welcome back. In the previous lesson, we saw how imbalance of investment forms, how one side begins to carry more attention, energy, and mental space. Now we move further. Because that imbalance does not stay neutral. It starts to bind one side more than the other. And here's the question guiding this lesson. Why does investing more make it harder to detach? It begins with accumulation. The more you think, the more you replay, the more you adjust, the more connected you feel. Not because the other person changed, but because your involvement increased. As investment grows, your emotional state begins to shift based on them. Their response affects you. Their silence affects you. Their tone affects you. Your stability is no longer independent. This dependence feels important, real, significant. You may interpret it as connection, attraction, or something deeper. But look carefully. The intensity comes from how much you have invested. The more you invest, the harder it becomes to step back. Not because you decided to stay, but because leaving would mean losing everything you already put in. Compare two people. One invested lightly, the other invested heavily. When distance appears, one adjusts easily, the other struggles. The difference is not the situation, it is the level of prior investment. You see this everywhere. In relationships, where one person becomes emotionally dependent. At work, where someone becomes tied to approval. In social dynamics, where attention creates attachment. In each case, more investment creates less freedom. So return to the question, why does investment create dependence? Over the next few days, observe where it feels difficult to step back, where your state shifts based on someone else. Notice what you have already invested there, because dependence does not begin with closeness. It begins with accumulated investment. In the next lesson, we move into something even more revealing, how dependence changes behavior and increases pursuit.